Hello everybody, this is Gutsy doing another cast. I have nothing really to say for the start of this one, so I'm just gonna start playing. There's your people playing for this game, along with their pictures, thanks to one of the recent updates. Looks like we have Mirana picked for the Dire, so pretty good no, not intelligence, agility hero, my bad. I don't know why I said intelligence. I was actually thinking agility, but I still, for some reason, said intelligence. So, there you go. Your agility hero, Mirana. Still waiting on everyone else to pick. There's plenty of time to pick. Looks like we have Bane for the Radiant. Really good intelligence hero, and brand new at the time of this replay. The newest Dota 2 hero added. I personally like Bane. I find that you could tank really well with him for an intelligence hero. There's not many of those you could tank with. He's also a great hero to solo with, and pretty imba in certain ways, especially ability wise. I mean, you've got Brain Sap, Nightmare, and Feeble's good, but like when you get to level 6, I mean, you got a triple combo here that could pretty much one-hit any hero. Like, you're not actually one-hitting, but you would sleep them. Then when sleep is over, you'd use that, and then that. But you'd have to have enough mana to do that first. Looks like Bane's going Soul Ring recipe, so probably going to go bottom or top. Up here, for the Dire, we have a Mirana going pretty tanky items, including just some safe items also. Lich going heavy support, which is pretty good. Lich is almost like Bane in a way. I mean, you don't have as many abilities to clobber with, but thanks to the mana regain, you could continuously Frost Blast, so they're both nuking heroes. So that kind of, since each team has one, that's gonna even it out in a way. We do have a courier up here with the Dire, and Pudge thinking of what items to go. Same with we have a lot of safe items for the team. For the Dire. Better go back down to bottom to check the Radiant. No items on Ricky. Invoker has... See, there we go. He's got a Null Talisman, along with a bit of safe items. More safe items. I guess this game, invisibility. Both teams are going they're gonna take this pretty safe. And wow, Bane is actually soloing middle with a Soul Ring recipe. That's kind of interesting. However, they do have a courier, so I guess that's no problem. But normally if you're to go like Soul Ring recipe and you pick one or the other ingredients towards Soul Ring, you go bottom or top, due to the shops, for obvious reasons. So we got Anti-Mage and Invoker top. Looks like Furion creeping. We have Mirana and Bane middle, along with Chen creeping, and Storm Spirit along with Lich and Pudge bottom lane. Excuse me, sorry. We're gonna watch middle lane. So here we go, Mirana doing effective harass for the Dire. There we go, that was a nice last hit right there. Bane's probably gonna get this right here. Mirana could deny, but worries about the last hit up here instead, which is what you want to do. You only want to deny if you really can. You will want to focus on those last hittings. I think Bane just tried a deny there. Might try another one. Couldn't get that one, but did try. There's a last hit by Bane. Mirana doing really good to establish her last hits. There's a deny. Did not deny. So, they're both doing a good job last hitting, but Bane at the moment is the only one attempting to do denies really well. Mirana not so much. So Mirana's just sticking with the creeps, keeping her distance. There's a deny, did not get it. Mirana I don't think got that last hit. Bane didn't get a last hit there. I'm gonna really... Yeah, let's focus on who's gonna do denies and last hits. So there was a last hit and a deny by Bane. Mirana could deny this creep. Let's see if she will. She tries to. Didn't succeed in doing so, but that's alright. It's better to try than not to. That could be a last hit, which she will take advantage of. See, the heroes are doing a good job at last hitting for sure, but we want to see more denies out of Mirana if she's going to overcome in this lane. Especially against a hero like Bane, you definitely want to be overcoming creep-wise, because when he hits level 3, which he's already level 4, he doesn't have the items to do it, but once he gets his soul ring, he could definitely pummel the crud out of Mirana. So she's going to want to make sure to get as many creeps as she can to stay ahead of Bane lane-wise. Not a whole lot going on. Another deny by Bane. There's a deny by Mirana. So that's good to see. There could be a last hit, which the creeps get instead. There's a deny. Could not get that deny. Bane couldn't. And there's the courier to retrieve the soul ring. So we should be seeing some... Here we go. Yeah, uses soul ring and then uses brain sap. Soul ring is extremely deadly with Bane too. So when he gets soul ring, you're especially if you're both soloing, you're gonna have to watch out. I mean, there's really nothing you can do to. It's really hard to watch out for those, but I mean, regain mana, regain HP, take away HP, and that's a nice stun by Mirana. Maybe she could get some effective damage out of this. There's the absorb. There's the leap. Brain sap. Sorry, I don't think it's absorb. Yeah, it's brain sap. I already said brain sap. What does Mirana have? Just her items she's had since the beginning. Leveling up Sacred Arrow and 1 level each for Starstorm and Leap, which is nice. As you saw, that was an effective leap to avoid a possible nightmare. I'm just hovering over to make sure I'm getting the names right. Because I don't... the less I screw up, the better, basically. And surprisingly, okay, Mirana's healing, but surprisingly, Bane is getting low on HP, but that's no problem. I mean, 1 soul ring, brain sap, done. Doesn't even need the soul ring, could just brain sap to take down some of that mana and regain some of that HP. But Mirana's doing a very effective job at, okay then. Sorry, I was just distracted by Animage's message. Now, I do want to point out one thing, that Mirana is an agility hero that is supposed to go solo middle lane, or at least solo. Like, she's more, in a way, support, although a lot of people don't think it. But a lot of people do solo with her, but if I would advise, I would not solo with her. Like, Bane is definitely one of the few intelligents that you're supposed to solo with. I mean, it makes sense, especially with his nuking abilities. You want to solo with him. But Mirana, although would benefit from a solo lane, and I know a lot of people do solo with her, it's best not to, if that makes any sense. And Bane is going to follow Mirana. Yes, I know. I kind of contradicted myself, but... Oh! I see something up here. At top. Lich keeping distance. We got a creep block going by Ricky and Invoker, but there's the stun. Ricky is in big trouble. And there goes Ricky. Lich. Mirana. Trying to get Invoker here. Let's watch this. Okay, so just a few arrows. We should see some ability soon. There's the Frost Blast by Lich. Nice leap. And there is Furion. Okay, there is 4 of them here. They can't see. They cannot see Invoker. Good job on Invoker's part. That was an excellent ghost walk. Because there was 4 of them up here. He probably would have died otherwise. So yeah. I don't know if he had ghost walk to begin with. I didn't check at the time. I'm pretty sure he might have invoked it, but... Oh well, if not, whatever, he lives, so he did it. Whatever he did was right. Interesting Trent placement for Furion. I guess he assumed maybe one of them would be doing these stronger creeps here. But, oh well. Looks like we have a Storm Spirit on a killing spree. That's pretty deadly, especially for a Storm Spirit.
Illusion.
And I don't know what's gonna happen top. I guess nothing. So I'm gonna return to middle lane. Mirana's taking, or is making effective use of being the only one here, trying to get. There's the last hit. Deny. Sorry. Yeah. But didn't get either of them. Got that last hit there. There's the last hit. Gets that. Could do a bit of tower damage here. Let's see how much happens.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Not too much.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So these
attack.
two are going to try and push here. I'm going to go over here now, because it looks like we've kind of transitioned out. Lich is in trouble. Oh! That wasn't a chaos,
Radiant's
really.
middle tower is under attack.
I mean, you weren't sure. Storm Spirit probably would have got that, but still. Pudge, not a lot Pudge could do at this situation. There is a lot of clones, a lot of creeps, a lot of heroes, a lot of normal creeps. But Furion is going to try. Deny. Ah, oh, no deny by that
Dire's
tower.
bottom tower has fallen.
And here we go. They're going to fight back.
Dire's top tower
Maybe Pudge
is
could get
under
hooked.
attack.
Let's see a hook by Pudge. What's Pudge's mana?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Was on cooldown. That was kind of interesting. Whatever. So the Dire gets away. Sorry, the Radiant. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I really can't focus on lane anymore. It already looks like both teams have transitioned out their lanes. I mean, they're gonna resume as best as they can. We got Animage now middle lane here. No one really at top. Although there is a Furion's making effective use of teleporting and maintaining the lanes. However, is possibly going to get ganked here. And here we go. We have Ricky with the blink. There's the smoke screen, and Foker doing a lot of regular attack damage. And there we go. Ricky gets the kill. Furion, that was a good call, placing down some sentry wards. If Ricky just maintained the lane normally, that probably would have benefited Furion, but since it was a gank, it pretty much made no use to Furion. Mirana is going to spot Invoker. Invoker has spotted Mirana as well. Nothing's really going to happen. Ricky's going to come down here, but Furion is at top. Good check bottom here. Pudge taking a lot of damage. Here goes Chen, trying to go in. Storm Spirit. Chen gets the last hit. That was pretty close, though. It was a fight for a last hit, and yeah, Chen just got it. Check out Chen's items. Arcane Boots. That's an interesting item to go for Chen, because of course Arcane Boots is pretty much good with any hero, but see, look, I guess I'm trying to think. Like, I know it goes good with creeps too, with their abilities, but I'm trying to think of a better item you could go. I mean, I wouldn't go Treads with Chen, but oh well, whatever. Arcane Boots, just pointing out, it's a very interesting item to go for Chen, but it works in a sense of that he could spam the abilities of the creeps he takes over. Animage pushing mid. Storm Spirit here to try and defend mid. Actually, Animage has been in middle unchallenged for quite a while now, so this Animage could get a lot of experience and possibly pull this game back. Which a farmed Animage is never a good thing. That Animage wants to blink, however, oh my goodness. Aw, that sucks. Not that I'm siding, but I'm just saying, like, really couldn't blink there. Had the one chance to blink, but two Radiant already were there just to make sure that kill was theirs. And they're gonna push this tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
There's the fortification. I don't know why Furion is insulting Animage. I mean, he doesn't have the best items, but
Dire's middle tower
he was
has
farming,
fallen.
so he knew what he had to do to make an advancement in this game. In this situation, the Radiant can continue to push. I mean, the Dire is definitely prepared, but there's a lot of stuff here, so Ricky gets the stun, however, is invisible, taking a lot of damage, and Bane gets the kill. There we go, there's the Chain Frost. doing effective damage to creeps. Bane falls in the process. Ricky is at low HP. Gonna watch what happens. Invoker, Anti-Mage, let's see what happens. Anti-Mage decides to go for the creeps. Probably knew they couldn't catch Invoker, but we'll see. Yeah, they back out. There goes Storm Spirit. Not really sure what's going on here, actually. I mean, they're both keeping their distance while trying to apply some pressure. There's an Invoker clone. Helps to scare off opponents. If used properly. If you send in 2 clones, then they're gonna know, as explained in one of my previous videos. Yeah, so definitely not looking good for the Dire this game. I mean, 10-2, that is quite a lead, but still possible for the Dire to come back. One slip up by the Radiant and it could definitely be the Dire's game. So Pudge misses on that hook. However, that was a clone in the first place. We're gonna see probably some abilities being used here. No, I think they realized it was a clone. I mean, Blink costs no mana, so it's fine to use it. Mirana chasing after Storm Spirit. Whoa, that was a bit. Whoa. Here, I'm just gonna. There we go. Not too much going on. Going after Chen's creep. Probably using it as a scout. Which is a good thing to do. Yeah, where is Chen? I'm gonna just want to find him. I mean, it's hard to cast a game with Chen in it. Especially since Chen usually neutral creeps. So you don't really want to focus on neutral creeping unless you're doing like some sort of tutorial video on Chen. But I guess we could discuss the creeps a bit. A lot of people like to go centaurs with Chen for the stomp, which is a nice Chen to go. But to anyone new who's watching this, basically what Chen does is you neutral creep with him, which is you get your experience from battling the neutrals in the woods rather than laning, and you're able to do this because he's able to take over creeps. So, I'll get back to him in a second. Pudge just got destroyed. There's a stun on Storm Spirit. Chain Frost. Nice Chain Frost. However, is bouncing off the creeps heavily. Chen taking a lot of damage. Lich taking a lot of damage. We'll see what happens. Using the Tango. Ricky is persisting. And wow, Invoker just shredded that Lich right there. So yeah, most of the Dire is dead at the moment, so you will be seeing this tower getting pushed by the Radiant. It looks like Lich DC'd, probably due to rage. In this situation, kind of understandable, but they could still... Actually, none of the Radiant's towers have been pushed, so probably not. This game could be over for the Dire pretty soon. So we'll see what happens. But as I was explaining with Chen, he's able to neutral creep due to his ability of taking over multiple creeps. And I was discussing what creeps to take over with him. I mean, none of these are a good example. I mean, Ice Armor does seem useful, but it's not really. And you don't have to take over creeps that have abilities. You could choose ones without. But it's best to probably go with Centaurs for their stomp, or Troll Warlords for their net, I guess, and they're pretty powerful. So you get like 3 Troll Warlords and mass net the opponents and just pummel them, or Centaurs and stomp them. But other people's go, there's your Centaurs, but other people's do go Wilkins. I like Ghosts, just for their slow, their frost attack. Yeah, you don't see too many Ursa warriors.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And you do see the larger Satyr gets taken over due to the passive. So, like, you don't have to follow the standard rulebook when taking over creeps with Chen. Feel free to mix it up, mix and match. Like, you don't have to have 3 Centaurs in that. But if you are new to him and you want to go standard, 3 Centaurs, 3 Troll Warlords, that's usually the best move. And Mirana Now we're going back to the game because that's enough of Chen. Just destroyed them. Okay, so wow, I didn't expect this game to have so many early disconnects. Okay, so there's a lot of disconnects. That means, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, 16-2. The Dire pretty much lost this. I did skim over this game beforehand, as I normally do, just to check it out. I did not notice those disconnects, but I guess I should have noticed by the short time. But it did have some interesting ganks and stuff, so I guess it could be called a worthy cast. And just because one team does really bad, like, what's the KDR? Ooh, boy, that's pretty intense. Okay. Yeah, that's 1 kill for the Dire. Wow, that is bad. Just because a game isn't even, or a close match, doesn't mean I'm not gonna cast it. I mean, I try not to cast those games just because I prefer the close match ones, but I mean, certain teams are technically better than the others, and it wasn't because a player was a noob on a team, it was just because that team did better. So, Pudge is hooking. But yeah, so if a team does better, like if one team's clearly better, they actually worked hard to earn so many kills to make it look like that the opponents suck. I'm gonna cast it because they earned it. They used their skill to win the game, and yeah, so yeah. Unfortunately, now you won't be seeing any more abilities than that, because Animage is the only hero I think left in this game. Just using the other ones to try and obtain some kills. Good job on the sentry wards. That should definitely help. There goes Mirana Arrow, which completely misses. Bane is pretty low on HP. In a normal situation, you'd want to head back. But in this situation, since everyone's left, there's no reason to. Archon taking a lot of damage. That would be Animage. So yeah, this is your average farm feed, which in a case, the heroes would usually still be in the game, but they'd be unable to escape due to all the opponents being here and being stronger, and yeah. Which usually means your base is doomed. Looks like they're not going to try and farm feed, especially since there's levers. I mean, a lot of people do try and take advantage of that situation. But the Radiant's being pretty honest this game, which is nice. There's a stun and away against Pudge. Screen's moving around and watch. A lot. We'll watch Chen. I guess. A bit more on Chen. Helm of the Dominator, I mean, it's pretty... a lot of people don't go it, but in a way it does work with him, for obvious reasons. Another creep to take over. And with Chen, the more creeps the better. So, yeah, if you're new, for items, you could go Helm of the Dominator. I wouldn't suggest Arcane Boots, because that's going to make you worry about your unit's abilities more. And you really don't want to do that. So, yeah. Just go Treads, I guess. I mean, at the moment, this Chen is going Scepter. That is a good item to go with Chen. Especially, it works. It's probably one of the better ultimate abilities to use Scepter with. I mean, reducing Hand of God's cooldown by that much is really, really useful and effective. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I've said enough about Chen. Actually, this is turning out to be a pretty sad cast. I didn't think it'd take this long for them to end. I don't know if they're just being lazy and not bothering, or I mean, they're not fountain feeding. They're not really killing the main, so I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're just chilling. They know it's over, and yeah. And actually, Chen did fall here, so that's pretty funny. Yeah, Bane saying good job. That was. I'm surprised I got that kill. So yeah, let's see what Animage is gonna do about this. Gonna attempt to get a kill. Probably not a good choice to go for Invoker. especially since Evoker can windwalk. And you definitely want to, if you're an Animage, you definitely want to go against Bane, just so that he has no mana to use these abilities. Actually, one game I was Bane, and I was against an Animage, and Animage actually went... Where is it? Yeah, Spell Shield. Just to reduce my abilities' effectiveness against him, and it actually worked quite nicely. He was able to do a good job at holding me off in the lane. And later on that game it did benefit him, so that was good. There's the ult by Pudge, being controlled by Animage. However, Storm Spirit is in here, and that is a lot of death. So yeah, this game's pretty much done. He's not gonna do anything, but they're gonna end. 20 to 4. Yeah, the Dire definitely had no chance of winning. They did when it was about like 1 to 2, or when I said 13 to 2 even, but I mean 13 to 2 was pushing it, so. And then when they all left, that pretty much ensured the GG. There was no hope at all, obviously, because they all left. So there we go. Here's a lot of kills for them to get, and they're gonna kill Animage, and then they're gonna kill this tower. But they didn't really feed. I mean, now they're feeding off of levers, but the early game, it was all pretty much skill. I mean, Storm Spirit did get all of his kills bottom fairly, and Bane got a lot of kills too. They were all pretty fair ganks and everything. It wasn't because the opponent's team wasn't good. And there we go, the main's fallen. Rubble's going everywhere. Da, 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 da. I'm so enthusiastic this game. Alright, so there's the... Okay, that was unnecessary. What Ricky typed, it doesn't matter how, like, the degree of the offensiveness. If it's offensive, don't do it. Especially if you win the game. Like, if you win a game, do not tell your opponents, like, they suck or they're noobs or something like that. I mean, you won, that should be good enough for you, so you really shouldn't be talking anymore. Unless you just put, like, GG, that's it. But you don't insult them afterwards. Especially if you won. That's just evil. So yeah, that was your game. It was pretty dull just because of the levers and the... Yeah, look at that KDR. I mean, Bane just slaughtered. And yeah.